Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the field for tonight's first race. Here is number 1, J.E. Encounter, owned and trained by John Long. Andy Miller drives. Number 2 is Major Action, owned by Shirley and Art Levine. Doug Larson trains and Dave McGee, the driver. Number 3 is Hula Hoopfer, owned by Victoria and John Doran. Steve Weiss is the trainer. Sam Woodger drives. Number 4, I Can't Help Myself, owned and trained by James Walker. Dan Knox, the driver. Number 5 is Little Big Cam, owned and trained by Gary Leonard, also Terry Leonard. Gary Leonard is the driver. Number 6 is Dunraven Ajax, owned by the Little Springwood Farm and John Stevens. Laverne Hostetler drives and trains. Number 7 is Dunraven Accord, owned by Claude Guy and Rick Schulze. Claude Guy drives and trains. Number 8 is Mactown, owned by the Del Insco Training Stable and Tom Insco. Del Insco drives and trains. We have 4 minutes, just 4 minutes of pause. Here they come. They're off. J.E. Encounter on the inside hustles out for the lead. Between horses, Major Action, Hula Hoopfer comes away third. They drive into that first turn. Hula Hoopfer is on the outside now to challenge and take command. Major Action holds on the inside second, 2 lengths to J.E. Encounter. In third by 3. I Can't Help Myself 2 lengths back to Dunraven. Make that Little Big Cam. Another 2 lengths back. Dunraven Ajax, Dunraven Accord. Mactown trails by the quarter, and that quarter 29-2. Around the turn now for the first time, and from the outside, here comes Hula Hoopfer. Hula Hoopfer is on the outside, taking command and drawing clear. Major Action holds in second, a length and a quarter. J.E. Encounter right there in third. I Can't Help Myself closing the gap on the outside. That's Little Big Cam. It's 2 lengths back now to Dunraven Ajax, followed by Dunraven Accord. Mactown. Positions unchanged. 1 minute and 1. They drive into that clubhouse turn, and from the outside, J.E. Encounter. And J.E. Encounter is your new leader, and he opens up now by 2. Hula Hoopfer digs in second as I Can't Help Myself. Inches up third on the outside, followed on the outside of horses. Little Big Cam. Now they race up the back stretch, and as they move by 3/4, your leader is J.E. Encounter. 3/4 on the board in 1:29.3. J.E. Encounter is opening up the lead now with every stride. A distant second, I Can't Help Myself now 3 wide. Here comes Little Big Cam, but they turn for home, and it's all J.E. Encounter. Here they come, and down the stretch they go. J.E. Encounter has the lead all by himself. Little Big Cam is a distant second as they come to the wire. It's J.E. Encounter all alone at the wire. Major Action up for second. Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. We have a Stewart's inquiry. And this inquiry concerns the unofficial third finisher, number 5, Little Big Cam, for possible stretch interference to number 4, I Can't Help Myself, coming out of the last turn. 1-2 exacta returns, $32.80, $32.80. Trifecta 1, 2, and 5 returns $170 even, $170 even. Just 6 minutes of post, just 6 minutes. And here is the field for tonight's second race. Here is number 1, Georgia Hurricane, owned by Beverly Kingery and Warren Crow. Beverly Kingery is the trainer. The driver is Marshall Duncan. Number 2 is Hard Time Honey, owned by Gary Wells. Hugh Meek trainer is the trainer. Hugh Meek Jr. is the trainer. Brett Bellinger drives. Number 3, Please Call Me, is owned and trained by Ron Lilo. Mark Saporito drives. Numbers 4 and 5 are both scratched. Number 6 is Holly's Safe Bet, owned by Dan Moore, Gary Kimbrough, and Jim Hillier. Danny Moore is the trainer. Brent Holland drives. 7 is Doris Diamond, owned by Dave Whitlow and Chuck Gates Jr. Chuck Gates Jr. is the trainer Andy Miller drives, and number 8 is Tippergram, owned by Barbara Rack. Bob Perrin is the trainer, the driver Dean McGee. We have 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to post. Here they come. They're off. There goes Hard Time Honey going right for the lead. Joined on the outside by Doris Diamond. Now they move for early position. And your early leader into that first turn is Hard Time Honey. Now by 2. Doris Diamond is second now by 2. Please Call Me. Pacing in third by about 3 lengths. Georgia Hurricane. Another length and a quarter back to Holly's Safe Bet. Doris Diamond. Tippergram as they drive now by that early quarter. In that first quarter, 1 in 29 seconds flat. Your leader, Hard Time Honey, and Hard Time Honey steps out to lead by 2.5 lengths. Doris Diamond takes up the chase in second by 2. Please Call Me right there in third by 2.5 lengths. Georgia Hurricane, another length and a quarter back now to Holly's Safe Bet as they approach that half-mile juncture, and Hard Time Honey opens up the lead now by 2.25 lengths. Halfway home, 58 and 2 into the clubhouse turn, and Hard Time Honey has that lead. On the inside, Doris Diamond is getting a perfect trip in second. Please Call Me. Closing the gap in third, that's Georgia Hurricane. Now on the outside on the move, here comes Tippergram, and Tippergram is moving up on the outside. Out of the turn, now they curve into the black stretch. Less than a half mile to pace in the race, and up front, Hard Time Honey leads the way, but on the outside, that's Please Call Me into second. Doris Diamond third, 3/4, 1:28 and 2. Around the final turn, Hard Time Honey maintains that 2-length lead. On the outside, Please Call Me and Doris Diamond. Here they come, turning for home. On the outside, here comes Please Call Me. Please Call Me is up on the outside to challenge Hard Time Honey for the lead. Through mid-stretch they come. Please Call Me is on the outside taking command. It is Please Call Me, fastest of all. In the photograph, number 2, Hard Time Honey finished second. Number 7, Doris Diamond was third. Number 1, Georgia Hurricane was fourth. Results are official. Mark the mile, 1:59, 2 fast. In the winner's circle, number 3, Please Call Me. Please Call Me is owned and trained by Ron Lilo. The winning driver, Mark Saporito. It's third, and now with 6 minutes to post, here's the field. Here is number 1, Lady Berea, owned by Donna Lee and Mike Perrin. Mike Perrin trains, and Brent Holland is the driver. Number 2, Beware of Socks, is owned by the Little Springwood Farm, trained and driven by Laverne Hostether. Number 3 is Argenta, owned by Alan Beals. Daryl McGee is the trainer. Dave McGee drives. Number 4 is Laura's Venture, owned by Ann and Bill Wiswell. Russ Zurich. Russ Zurich is the trainer. The driver is Dean McGee. Number 5, No One Else, is owned by Joe Brown Jr. Tim Brutberg is the trainer, and Marshall Duncan drives. Number 6 is Gypsy Dawn, owned by Dean Beckman, Dave and Fred Lohman. Dave Lohman is the trainer. Andy Miller drives. Number 7 is Fair to Midland, owned by the Bob Leroy Enterprises. Bill Holman is the trainer. The driver, Eric Ledford. Number 8 is Aldi's Alcy, leased, trained, and driven by Dwight Banks. We have 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to post. Gate is rolling. Time of the turn. Here they come. They're off. Argenta between horses goes out for the lead. On the inside, Lady Berea is there as they dive into that first turn, and Lady Berea now has the early lead. Argenta now drops in second. On the outside of horses, here comes Gypsy Dawn as she thunders into third. On the inside of horses, Beware of Socks. Length and a quarter back to Laura's Venture, no one else. Length and a quarter back to Fair to Midland, and trailing by the quarter, Aldi's LC. 28 and 4 now for the initial quarter. That's a battle up front. On the inside, that's Lady Berea with a nose on top. Gypsy Dawn parked alongside a challenging second. Argenta right with the leaders in third. 3 lengths back now to Beware of Socks. Fair to Midland charging upon the outside as they approach that half-mile juncture. Lady Berea has the lead. Another halfway home, and they've hit the half. 58 and 1. Lady Berea into the clubhouse turn. Gypsy Dawn alongside a challenging second. Argenta right with the leaders right there in third. Fair to Midland inching up on the outside. She's set to go 3 wide on the outside of horses. Laura's Venture is also on the move. Beware of Socks with nowhere to go. No one else, and LD's LC. And midway up the backstretch, your leader is Lady Berea. 3/4 on the board, 128 and 3, and Lady Berea is on the inside with a nose on top. Fair to Midland alongside a challenging second. Laura's Venture down 3 wide in third. On the outside it goes Beware of Socks. They turn for home. Your leader Fair to Midland, but Laura's Venture is charging. Here they come, and down the stretch they go. Fair to Midland with the lead. Here comes Laura's Venture flying. It's Laura's Venture on the outside. Beware of Socks. On the outside, Laura's Venture at the wire. Moving to the winner's circle. Tonight's third race winner, number 4, Laura's Venture. Laura's Venture is owned jointly by Ann and Bill Wiswell, along with Russ Zurich. Russ Zurich is the winning trainer, the winning driver, Dean McGee. 159 4/5. Laura's Venture has paced to a new lifetime mark. Here's the field. Here is number 1, Teasin for a Reason, owned by Don Laufenberg. Ron Roberts trains and Eric Ledford drives. Number 2 is Rosemary's Boy, owned jointly by Eugene Lynn and Rebecca Williams. Kevin Johnson is the trainer. Andy Miller drives. Number 3 is LNI Chief, owned and trained by Charlie Page. Mark Saporito is the driver. Number 4 has been scratched sick. Number 5 is Incredible Grant, owned by Nancy and Gary Pafal. Larry Pafal is the trainer. Dave McGee. Number 6 is Count Card, owned by Janet and Bob Odushu Jr. Scott Faulkner trains. Randy Jacobs drives. Number 7 is Atomic Fireball, owned by Dan Dubinsky and Eligio Boscia. Dan Dubinsky is the trainer, the driver, Dowell Chop. And number 8 is Cam Fantastic, owned by D.K. Bartlow and U. Edward Common. Dan Moore trains with Brett Holland, the driver. 6 minutes, just 6 minutes to post. Time of the turn. Here they come. They're off. Illinois Chief out sharply for the lead. On the inside, that Season for a Reason. Count all your cartas there. They drive into that first turn, and Season for a Reason is your early leader. Illinois Chief now drops in second. Count all your card now drops in third, followed by Rosemary's Boy. 2 lengths back to Incredible Grant. Another 2 lengths back to Atomic Fireball. Trailing the field by the quarter, Cam Fantastic. And they're by that first quarter, 29-1. And up front, your leader, Teasin' for a Reason. Teasin' for a Reason, 2 on top. Teasin' for a Reason leads the way with the Lanai Chief. Right there in second. On the outside, Rosemary's Boy comes first over. On the inside, that's Count Alucard, saving ground. Now on the outside, here comes Incredible Grant. Now following cover, moving to the outside, Cam Fantastic. They drive by the half, 59-2, and they're halfway home. Now they move into the clubhouse turn. Teasin' for a Reason is your pace setter, Lanai Chief. Right there in second. On the outside, Rosemary's Boy, inching up a closer third, followed on the outside by Incredible Grant, and he's set to go 3 wide. On the inside, Count Alucard needs racing room. Now there's less than a half mile to pace in the race, and Teasin' for a Reason moves by the 3/4 in 1:29-2. Teasin' for a Reason opens up the lead now by 3. Rosemary's Boy under urging in second. Lanai Chief in third. They turn for home. Teasin' for a Reason. Here they come, and Teasin' for a Reason opens up the lead now by about 7 lengths. Rosemary's Boy is in second. On the outside, here moves Count Alucard as they come to the wire. It's Teasin' for a Reason with the lead. Count Alucard and Rosemary's Boy. 162 trifecta, returning $129.60. 129.60. Teasin' for a Reason is owned by Don Laufenberg. Ron Roberts is the trainer. The winning driver is Eric Ludford. The mile 159 and the 5th. Teasin' for a Reason has paced to a new lifetime mark. Here's the field for tonight's 5th race. Number 1 is Carolina Courtney, owned by Jim Crowley. Kevin Arges trains the driver Dean McGee. Number 2, Lake Hills Mimi, is owned by Jacqueline and Ed Bruschi. Terry McAllister is the trainer. Brent Holland drives. Number 3 is Al S.J. Burner, owned, trained, and driven by George Clark II. Number 4 is Rosedale Dynasty, owned by the Rosedale Stable. Deborah Eddington is the trainer. Eric Ledford drives. Number 5 is Hardin Decency, owned by, or rather leased by, Margaret and Dan Epp. Dan Epp is the trainer, and Dan Knox the driver. Number 6, Cahokia, owned by Gene Golan. Mark Franzen trains, Andy Miller drives. Number 7 is Ms. J. Revrack, owned by John Jackson. Jerry Freese trains, Laverne Hostetler drives. Number 8, It's a Saluki, My Dear, owned jointly by Tony and Tom Simone, along with Gerald Bernacki. Dave McCaffrey trains, the driver Dave McGee. We have 5 minutes, just 5 minutes to post. Here they come. They're off. LSJ Burner between horses out for the lead. On the far outside, Cahokia comes away. Carolina Courtney is there. They drive into that first turn, and Cahokia opens up the lead by 2.5 lengths. Carolina Courtney is second by 2. Lake Hills Mimi right there in third. On the outside, that's LSJ Burner, parked on the outside as they approach that opening quarter. On the inside of horses, Rosedale Dynasty, and they're by that first quarter. 28 seconds flat. And up front, Cahokia, your pace setter, 2 lengths. Carolina Courtney, second a length and a quarter. It's Lake Hills Mimi right there in third. Rosedale Dynasty with the leaders in fourth, 2 lengths back now to LSJ Burner. Now to the outside, here comes Heart and Decency. And further up, Rosedale Dynasty now takes to the outside. Here comes Ms. J. Revrack, followed by It's a Saluki, My Dear, and they're by the half, 58-1. Now they move into the clubhouse, turning up front. Your leader is Cahokia, and Cahokia leads now by 2 lengths. It's Carolina Courtney right there in second. On the outside of horses, Rosedale Dynasty inching up a closer third as they curve into the box stretch. Now less than a half mile the pace in the race. Cahokia now on neck on top. Rosedale Dynasty is racing at her. Here comes Rosedale Dynasty by 3/4, 128 flat. Into the far turn they race, and Rosedale Dynasty, your new leader, Carolina Courtney, picks up the leader on the outside second. Here comes Lake Hills Mimi, thundering into third. Cahokia as they turn for home. Rosedale Dynasty, here they come, down the stretch they go, and Rosedale Dynasty now has a 4-length lead. Carolina Courtney is second as they come to the wire. It's all Rosedale Dynasty in front. Moving to the winner's circle, number 4, Rosedale Dynasty. Rosedale Dynasty is owned by the Rosedale Stable. Deborah Eddington is the trainer. The winning driver, Eric Ludford. Back-to-back winners for Eric Ludford. Congratulating the winning team, Joe Campanetto. Here's the field for tonight's 6th race. Here is number 1, St. Peter Days, owned by the Eagle Eye Stables. Reno Gutierrez trains. Mark Saporito drives. Number 2 is Mr. Brad, owned by Alvy Hammonds. George Clegg II trains with Nick Clegg driving. Number 3, Casino Reno, is owned by the Allenby Stable. Mike Sabatka trains. Brian Carpenter drives. 4 is Nice and Cool, owned by Merle Nice. Bob Yawn is the trainer. Dave McGee the driver. Number 5 is Command Star, owned by Raleigh Phillips, Mike and Don Richardson. Monroe Duncan trains and Marshall Duncan drives. Number 6 is Go Brian Go, owned by Bob Nevesmall. Terry King is the trainer. Dean McGee drives. 7 is Dugan Dalray, owned and trained by Bill Holman, Neil Coleman. Number 8 is Nuclear Chip, owned by Tim M. and Tim J. Canavan. Tim Canavan, the trainer. Danny Knox will drive. 5 minutes is 5 minutes to post. Time of the turn. Here they come. They're off stride, leaving. Go Brian Go. Brian Go is off stride. On the inside there goes St. Peter Days. St. Peter Days shoots on through now, opening up the lead. Mr. Brad now comes away second. Casino Reno right there in third. Nice and Cool tucked in, followed now by Nuclear Chip. 2 lengths back to Command Star. Another 2 lengths back to Dugan Delray. Trailing the field but back pacing. Go Brian Go. Now that early quarter, 30-1 the initial quarter. And from the outside of the rush, Casino Reno is up now to challenge and take command. St. Peter Days holds on the inside second. 2 lengths to Mr. Brad in third. Nuclear Chip ranging up on the outside. Followed on the outside. Here comes Dugan Delray. Nice and Cool is getting shuffled back as they approach that half-mile juncture. Your leader, Casino Reno, but on the outside, Nuclear Chip racing at him. Halfway home, 1 minute and 3. Into the clubhouse turn they race, and Casino Reno maintains the lead. Nuclear Chip is on the outside, trying to come on in second. St. Peter Days right with the leaders in third. Dugan Delray following cover. On the inside, Mr. Brad, followed on the outside of us is by Command Star. Nice and Cool. Go Brian Go as they drive up the backstretch and race by 3/4. Your leader is Casino Reno. 1:30 for 3/4. Casino Reno into the far turn. St. Peter Days running his heels in second. On the outside, 3 wide. Dugan Delray Here they come now, turning for home. Casino Reno, he cuts the corner. St. Peter Days is charging. St. Peter Days is on the outside now to take command. Casino Reno in second. Mr. Broad on the outside. St. Peter Days at the wire. Moving to the winner's circle. The sixth race winner, number 1, St. Peter Days. St. Peter Days is owned by the Eagle Eye Stable. Reno Gutierrez is the winning trainer. The winning driver is Mark Saporito. And this is Mark's second winner of the night. One three exacta, $15.20. 132 trifecta, $163.60. Here is the field for tonight's seventh race. Here is number 1, Alicia Legacy, owned by Patricia and Hector Rivera. Dwight Banks drives and trains. Number 2, Exceptional Dream, owned by Dave Snyder and Charles Helene. Dave Snyder is the trainer, the driver, Brent Holland. Number 3 is Mary Lynn Legacy, owned by the Kennedy Sports Corporation, Little Springwood Farm. Laverne Hostetler drives and trains. Number 4, The Thrill Is Gone, owned by the Bonnie Gondreau Stable. Jim Allison is the trainer, Andy Miller drives. Number 5 is Dimely Angie, owned by E.E. Walker and Sam Woodger. Jim Woodger trains, Sam Woodger drives. Number 6 is Belle of My Dream, owned by Alan Beals. Darrell McGee is the trainer, and Dean McGee drives. Number 7, Fox Valley Charade, owned by Carol Enns and Jim Music. Jim Music is the trainer, the driver is Brian Carpenter. Number 8 is Charming Commander, owned by Mary and Roy Klein. Roy Klein trains, Mark Saporito drives. 5 minutes will pose, 5 minutes. Gate is rolling, top of the turn. Here they come. They're off. On the inside, Exceptional Dream out for the lead. There goes Belle of My Dream. On the outside, Alicia Legacy is there. They drive into that first turn, and from the outside with a rush, Belle of My Dream circles up, and Belle of My Dream powers on to take command. Exceptional Dream is in second by 2 lengths. Alicia Legacy right with the leaders now into third. Timely Angie ranging up on the outside, followed by Mary Lynn Legacy 2 lengths back. The Thrill Is Gone, another 2 lengths back to Fox Valley Charade. Charming Commander trails the field, 28-3 for the initial quarter. And up front, Belle of My Dream is your pace setter with Exceptional Dream running her heels in second. On the outside, off stride, Alicia Legacy goes off stride. Alicia Legacy, and no off stride is The Thrill Is Gone. The Thrill Is Gone is also off stride, moving by the half. 58-4 for the half. Now they move into the clubhouse turn, and Belle of My Dream maintains the lead now by 2 lengths. That's Timely Angie right there in second as they race around that turn curve into the back stretch. It's Belle of My Dream with the lead. Exceptional Dream right on her heels in second. On the outside, here comes Mary Lynn Legacy charging into third, followed by Timely Angie. On the outside, Charming Commander and Fox Valley Charade. 129-2 for 3/4 into the far turn, and Belle of My Dream continues the lead now a length. Exceptional Dream right there in second. On the outside, it's Mary Lynn Legacy. Here they come now, turning for home. Bell of My Dream cuts the corner under Urging. Exceptional Dream is out for the drive. Here comes Exceptional Dream. Bell of My Dream digs in. Exceptional Dream. Bell of My Dream, Exceptional Dream. Those two at the wire. That is a photo. Please hold all tickets. Now moving to the winner's circle. Number 6, Bell of My Dream. Bell of My Dream is owned by Alan Beals. Daryl McGee is the winning trainer. The winning driver is Dean McGee, and this is a driving double for Dean McGee. Here is the field for tonight's 8th race. Here is number 1, Shady Vale. Shady Vale is owned by Maria Campbell. Dave Isaacs trains. Randy Jacobs drives. Number 2 is Bodea's Bell, owned by Rex and Joe Mapes. Joe Mapes is the trainer. Marshall Duncan drives. Number 3 is Poco Cloudy, owned by the Poco Acres. Dave Perrin is the trainer. Dwight Banks drives. Number 4 is J.K. Daisy, owned by Carol McWilliams, trained by Carol McWilliams. Dave McGee will drive. Number 5 is Nicky Graham, owned by the All Old Clover Stable. Penny Morgan trains and Dan Knox drives. Number 6 is Direct Bride, owned and trained by Phil Brummel. Dean McGee. Number 7 is Anna Crombie, owned by the Klukas Trading Company and Bill Hunter. Julie Miller trains and Andy Miller drives. Number 8 is Cohiba Mary, owned by the Shore Cohen Racing Stables, Valdior Farms, and P. Heffering. Joe Anderson drives and trains. There's 3 minutes of post, just 3 minutes. Guido's rolling. Time of the turn. Feature race pacers, and behind the starting gate, here they come. They're off. Direct Bride on the outside, hustling out for the lead. There goes Shady Vale. Here comes Anna Crombie on the outside as they dive into that first turn. Your early leader is Shady Vale, and Shady Vale now a 2-length lead. Anna Crombie now fights up the chase in second, but on the outside, 3 wide. Cohiba Lady now charging into third. On the inside of us is Bodacious Bell as they approach the quarter-mile juncture, and Shady Vale is in command. 27-4 that early quarter. Shady Vale is your leader. Cohiba Lady moves up on the outside of challenging second. Anna Crombie right with the leaders in third, 2 lengths back to Bodea's Bell on the outside of the rush. Here comes Direct Bride, followed now by J.K. Daisy to the outside of horses as they move now for the half-mile marker. And up front, Shady Vale is in charge. Halfway home, 56 seconds flat, and Shady Vale leans into the clubhouse turn. On the outside, Cohiba Mary moves into second. Anna Crombie right with the leaders in third. Bodea's Bell is saving ground from the back of the pack. J.K. Daisy is on the move, moving up 3 wide. Followed on the inside by Poco Cloudy, another 2 lengths back. Direct Bride and Nicky Graham as they move by 3/4. Your leader is Shady Vale. 125-1, Shady Vale into the far turn, 3/4 of a length. On the outside, Cohiba Mary tries to come on in second. On the inside, Anna Crombie and J.K. Daisy. Here they come, turning for home, and Shady Vale is under left-handed urging. On the outside, J.K. Daisy is charging up on the outside. As here they come to the wire, it's Shady Vale with the lead. On the outside, a late move by Poco Cloudy. Those horses at the wire. Results official, mark the mile, 154, 2 fast. Moving to the winner's circle, number 3, Poco Cloudy. Poco Cloudy is owned by the Poco Acres. Dave Perrin is the trainer. The winning driver is the White Banks. 154, 2 fifths, a new mark for Poco Cloudy. Three-one exacta, $86.60, $86.60. Here is the field for tonight's 9th race. Number 1 is Win, 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 owned by the Little Springwood Farms and John Stevens. Laverne Hostetler drives and trains. Number 2 is Park Lane Cheer, owned by the Fighting Major Stable. Doug Larson is the trainer. Dave McGee will drive. Number 3, Skinny Dippin', owned by Mark DePorter and Jim Armato. Mark DePorter trains, the driver Brent Holland. Number 4 is Lake Hills Susie, owned by the A&L Stable. Katrina Rucker trains, Eric Ledford drives. Number 5 is Mertz Flirt, owned and trained by Terry Leonard. Dwight Banks will drive. Number 6 is Go Light, owned by Ken Hughes. Jace Sundin is the trainer. Richard Schrock drives. Number 7 is Maggie Revrock, owned by John Blazing. Jerry Hansen trains. Art Gregory Jr. drives. Number 8 is Cindy's Hope, owned by Dennis Klein, Charles Lenin, Jacqueline and Alan Bowen. Matt Cox is the trainer, with Matthew Cox the driver. There's 5 minutes. It's 5 minutes to post. Here they come. They're off. Park Lane Cheer out for the lead. There goes Lake Hills Susie. Win, win, win. Now they dive into that first turn. Park Lane Cheer from the outside circles up, taking command. Win, win, win. Holds in second. Lake Hills Susie right with the leaders in third. Skinny Dippin' in fourth now by 2. Mertz Flirt a length and a quarter back to Maggie Ramvarak. Another length and a quarter to Go Light, followed by Cindy's Hope by the quarter. 28-1 now that first quarter. And up front, Park Lane Cheer sets the pace. Win, win, win. Right there in second by 2, Lake Hills Susie. In third, a length and a quarter. First over, here comes Mertz Flirt, followed now by Skinny Dippin'. Go Light now following cover as they approach that half-mile juncture. But Park Lane Cheer is your pace setter. Win, win, win is second. And they're halfway home, 58-4. Now they move into the clubhouse turn. Park Lane Cheer, your leader. Win, win, win. Right there in second, Mertz Flirt takes over third on the outside. Followed on the inside of horses. That's Skinny Dippin'. They move up the backstretch. Now less than a half mile the pace in the race with Park Lane Cheer. Your leader now 3 parts of a length as Mertz Flirt moves at her in second. On the inside, Win, Win, Win is there. Go Light moving 3 wide. Followed down on the outside, Maggie Reverack. 3/4, 129-1. Into the far turn they race. Park Lane Cheer digs in and draws clear. Park Lane Cheer now a 2, now a 3 length lead. Here they come, turning for home. Park Lane Cheer is opening up the lead now with every stride. On the inside, Mertz Flirt, followed on the outside by Maggie Reverack. Park Lane Cheer all alone at the wire. Trifecta 257, $165.40. Superfecta 2574, returning $352.20. Late double 3-2, returning $116.80. Park Lane Cheer is owned by the Fighting Major Stable. Doug Larson trains. The winning driver is Dave McGee. Here's the field for tonight's 10th. Here is number 1, Phantom Fame, owned by Russ Zurich and Don Nolan. Russ Zurich trains. The driver is Andy Miller. Number 2, Poco Hawk, owned by the Poco Acres. Mike Perrin trains. Dave McGee, the driver. Number 3, Silent Battle, owned by Dwayne Gingras and Alice Roberts. Dan Epp is the trainer and Sam Woodger drives. Number 4, Double Cam, owned by Jim Kimball. Jerry Freeze is the trainer. Laverne Hostetler drives. Number 5 is Rig, owned by the Irish Grove RS Incorporated. Mark DePorter trains and Bill Holman drives. Number 6, Anticipating, owned by Christine Carrick. Richard Parks trains. Danny Knox, the driver. Number 7, Don't Walk, owned and trained by Terry Leonard, Dwight Banks. Number 8, Javaro, owned by Calvin Butler and Franklin Chambers. Andy Butler is the trainer. Neil Coleman drives. 3 minutes, just 3 minutes. Here they come. They're off. Phantom Fame on the inside hustles out for the lead. Poco Hawk and Reg as they drive into the first turn. Your early leader is Phantom Fame, and Phantom Fame opens up a 2-length lead. Poco Hawk is second. On the outsider comes Javaro, now taking over second, now taking up on the outside. Here comes Javaro, now to challenge for the lead, but as they race for that early quarter, they're strung out. Your leader, Phantom Fame, 28 seconds flat the early quarter, and Phantom Fame leads by 2. Poco Hawk is right there in second. Javaro now drops in third, a length and a quarter back to Silent Battle as they approach that half-mile juncture. Up front, Phantom Fame is your pace setter. Poco Hawk right there in second by 2, with Javaro in third by 2.5 lengths. Silent Battle on the outside first over. Here comes Anticipating, followed up by Rig. Double Cam is there. Halfway home in 58 and 3. Into the clubhouse turn they race. Phantom Fame maintains the lead. Phantom Fame now a 2-length lead. Poco Hawk right there in second. On the outside it's Anticipating, now taking over second. Poco Hawk is now back to third, followed by Rig following cover. 3 wide with a rush. Don't Walk is on the move. On the inside it's Javaro, followed now by Double Cam and Silent Battle. 3/4 on the board in 1:29 and 2. They swing around that final turn. Phantom Fame has that lead. On the inside, Poco Hawk needs racing room. Here they come, turning for home. Phantom Fame cuts the corner. Poco Hawk is there on the outside. Anticipating is coming on through the stretch. Phantom Fame with the lead, and Poco Hawk. Phantom Fame, Poco Hawk at the wire. Results are official. Mark the mile, 1:59, 1/5. Moving to the winner's circle, number 1, Phantom Fame. He is owned by Russ Zurich and Don Nolan. Russ Zurich trains. The winning driver is Andy Miller. That is a driving double for Andy Miller.